Hello, this is Andre Bernier. I'm a Los Angeles-based keyboardist and bassist, and today I want to talk about this little $50 item that's sort of changed the way that I play synthesizers, so let's get into it. So about 5 years ago, I started to realize something about playing keyboards, and that's that when you're playing, your right hand, of course, is tied up thinking of melodies and doing sort of the bulk of the work on whatever instrument you're on keyboard-wise, usually. And your left hand might be doing bass notes, or it might be doing something supportive, contrapuntal lines. Your right foot, of course, is playing something having to do with sustain pedal, or if you're on an organ, it's riding a volume pedal. But your left foot, by and large, for synths and for just regular piano playing, is sort of left doing nothing? And why should your left foot be the only part of your body that doesn't have to pay any rent on the gig? It doesn't make any sense. You need to put that left foot to work. And so about 5 years ago, I started buying expression pedals for all of my keyboards. I use a Yamaha FC7 for all of my digital keyboards. This is a wonderful pedal. And for synthesizers, the pedal that we are going to cover today is the Moog EP3. You've probably seen one of these before. In fact, I had one of these lying around for years before I actually put it to use. But why I recommend the EP3 over any of the other pedals on the market today is it actually has this little knob on the side that I want to say is a potentiometer, but might not be, so don't quote me on that. But this knob on the side can actually adjust the sweep of the pedal to be greater or lesser, depending on how much of the sweep you want to affect the cutoff filter. So let's say you want this much. Let me get my hand in frame here. So let's say you want this much of the sweep, the full sweep, to affect the entire filter. You can set the potentiometer like that. Or let's say you want this much of a sweep to affect only a very small amount of filter opening. Well, you can do that as well. This makes it extremely versatile. Let's get in front of the keyboard and just talk through a little bit of how I use this. I'm gonna get a little foot angle going. You're gonna see my House Birkenstocks in all their glory. And I'm gonna show you how I normally use this pedal when I'm using it for ambient or when I'm using it in pop tracks or anything else as almost a way of riding it like an organ. Let's get over there. Hello and welcome to the keyboard. Here we have the glorious Prophet 5. So I think we'll just start out first by me showing a little track that I'm gonna make with this. This is just gonna be basic Oliver drum loop from Splice and then a Prophet, and then I'll put some bass underneath it to fill it out a little bit. But here we go. Cool. So I'd say that track is sort of a good idea of how I'd use this in a studio setting if it comes to like growing the sound over time, right? Actually having the sound interact with how the track is growing and dropping in intensity and riding that with my left foot through that pedal. So that's something I like to do a lot. Let's just play around more with it. I'm still kind of on that patch. Go to that sevens patch that I kind of talk about in this other video that I just put out. Let's go to here. Yeah. Sevens, easy. I go to 2. I normally set my envelope amount to 2. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do any of this, but this is how I set it. A little fun thing I like to do with the Polymod is set the filter to be modulated by oscillator B. That's a really nice, that's what gets like the sort of like, here it is without it, here it is with it. Here it's kind of uneven. It's like snakes, like going through the grass or something. Anyways, I'm going to play around with it a little bit, and I'm going to play with that filter envelope pedals. I'm going to keep my cutoff in a place where when I play, it's nearly off. Just like that. Very low pad, but then you can hear if I open this all the way, that's pretty bright. So, let's go from there. So as you can hear, sometimes there's a little bit of stepping within this. This can be a little bit confusing sometimes for me. I don't totally understand why it does that, but I will say on monosynths, it tends to translate a little bit better, because even if it's stepping, you only have one sound that you're hearing, and when you hear it in polyphonic chords and it steps, it's not stepping right now, so I don't know why it steps occasionally, but I'm using a Strymon Night Sky as the reverb for this, by the way. I have it on the sparse mode. I'm going to turn it to dense. I think that's a bit enough of that. So yeah, let's move to a monosynth. I'll see if I can demonstrate this. I don't have an overhead shot, so it'll have to be from the side profile. But yeah, I'll play a little bit on that, and I won't be able to talk. So this will be the end of the talking for the video. I'm sorry, or you're welcome, depending on how you feel about it. And I'll see you in the next one. This is Andre Bernier, so I'll play us out on this Moog over here.